Question that voters might have as they're sitting with their scorecard trying to figure out whether your candidate, John McCain, or the other guy, Barack Obama, is addressing this, is getting to it. What would they be listening for? What would they be checking off? Because I don't hear them saying very much specifically about what these humanitarian challenges are and how they'd address them.
Well, I hope the next administration, my judgment, hope with the next Republican administration with President McCain understands that there are still, our ability to influence the world through military is limited. We have to, I think, recalibrate, put a couple other legs to the stool and say, diplomacy is very important. But at the end of the day, embedding a culture of humanitarianism, of compassion, dealing with poverty, dealing with illiteracy, dealing with illness. I mean, John has said himself, I think both Barack Obama and Senator McCain have applauded the President Bush's HIV program, AIDS program. John has said he would like to eradicate malaria because it is the single greatest cause of the loss of life among African children under 5 years of age. So let's embrace. So let's deal with it, that and other ways around the world.
One of the things we like to talk about is what we call smart power, right? It's a nice mix of hard power, which is coercive, and soft power, which is merely persuasive. Is smart power too complicated to talk about in a presidential campaign?
No, I think it would lend itself to a group of undecided voters who, or one way or the other, on the use of military. But I think Americans, by our very nature, I think, are pretty compassionate people. We probably lead the world in terms of volunteerism for charitable and humanitarian causes. So it's part of America's DNA that we like to help. I still think you need strong leadership to say, not only do we have to help ourselves, but it is in America's best interest to help others, both short-term and long-term. And we've certainly provided military assistance around the world, but shouldn't we, and I guess the appeal has to be made by the president or the candidates, and I think it's a particularly appealing message to both sides of the aisle, the independents, and for John McCain particularly, for him to say, look, I understand the use of military power, but I also can appreciate the use of foreign aid and appreciate the use of diplomacy.